Hey guys, what is going on? Today we're going to be talking about the iPad Pro 2018 and how it is going to hold up in 2020, or rather how it has held up in 2020. So without any further ado, let's get started. So, this beautiful piece of hardware, how is it holding up in 2020? Well, the short answer is very well. So, thank you very much. The longer answer is that, all right, then let's get into it then. So this is the long answer. This is the entire reason why this device has not lost its relevancy. And this is the entire reason why okay, my Surface Pro isn't here. This is the entire reason why I hate my Surface Pro now, which I did a video on in like 3 months ago, which you guys received very well. Like the dislike ratio on that one was amazing. I bought this to kind of act as a laptop and a tablet for my university years, which now I feel like was a waste of money because I'm not using it for my university anymore because, you know, online classes and everything. But I'm absolutely not regretful that I bought this because, well, number one, the damn refresh rate. This was the first consumer grade device. I mean, of course, barring the 120 and 144 and 240 hertz monitors. This was the first, well, Apple product or any mobile device with a 120 hertz display. Now, don't go out and find like a Chinese off-brand thing and tell me, oh, that was the first thing with a 120 hertz display. I don't care about that. This was the first. Anyways, the display on this thing is amazing. The colors are accurate, but I don't care about that. It's just how fluid it is, all right? And it gets plenty bright, so brightness is never an issue. Even though I don't really put like a matte screen protector on it, it's always been like this. I don't even put a case on it half the time. Actually, really, like never. I don't put a case on it. So the display is probably the main reason why I love this thing. And then there's this, all right, which is just amazing. But I'm not really going to get too much into the details. Suffice it to say, Procreate, Notability, that's it. That's all you need to turn this machine into a beast of like note-taking, which is my use case. I don't really use Procreate all that much. I just, you know, pass it on to my actually talented friends who create some amazing artworks on it. But you know, I've seen the things that they create on this thing, and it blows my mind. So Procreate Notability is enough to turn it into like a complete, like an amazing pen tablet to create amazing artworks with, and an amazing notebook which you can put all of your books in. You don't need to carry like pounds and pounds of heavy books. Or your notes and everything. They're always going to be accessible, even on your iPhone. Sorry. And also, this is a great tool for a musician. Now, just so it happens, I do a little bit of music here and there. You know, I've got a bunch of apps that really help me out. For example, AnyTune. Basically, it's a slow downer, but with a lot of extra steps. Garageband is really amazing actually with my electronic drum, I'm sorry to say that. With my electronic drum, I use Garageband a lot when I want to record like a clean drum recording. I mean, with a video, of course, because I mean, I know I got Ableton here, but you know, it's too much commitment to like sit behind the computer and like connect everything, load a bunch of samples on every, that was adorable. Sorry about that. Load a bunch of samples for every pad. I don't want to go through with that. So I just use GarageBand. It's got like really good presets, so I record some clean sounds with my electronic drum, which I guess I will pan the camera sometime later in the editing to show that. Yeah, that is my drum set. Okay, pan the camera back here. So Garageband is amazing. Beatmaker to create some simple beats on the go, and really not even on the go, because the iPad is just such an accessible device that even though I have like Ableton here, I find myself working with the iPad just kind of more often. And call me a noob or whatever, and you're probably right, but it's just so much more accessible and so much more powerful. This thing is a beast. The A12X on this is still unbelievably powerful, right? Okay, people are coming. I'm gonna have to go say hi. Here we go again. So where was I? Right, the apps, the music apps. So Beatmaker, GarageBand, what else do I got here? Impulse, to practice my drums, to practice like the odd time signature stuff. And a bunch more. For photo editing, it's amazing. I use Focus a lot. I use Pixelmator Photo 2. It's amazing. And the processing, again, like makes it so much easier to deal with than like an actually quite powerful Core i5 on my PC. And also, LumaFusion, which I'm probably going to be editing the video on. It's amazing. It renders everything so fast. It's unbelievable. And of course, then we got the other hardware stuff, like the amazing speakers here, the quad speaker setup, which when you turn it, it turns into like, it understands it and it changes like the stereo setup. The camera is quite serviceable. I mostly use the front camera for my Skype sessions, and it's pretty damn good. The battery is amazing. It's an iPad. What do you expect? What do you expect me to say? That like the hardware is amazing, and the bend issue is not an issue. I mean, this has never been in a case. I mean, yeah, sure, it has been in a case. The one that you saw in right over my drum set, but very rarely. And like, I really hate using cases. And even my phone, which you probably can't see, doesn't have a case. So it's been fine. And it's been on my backpack. I mean, of course, I have a sleeve for it. So, I mean, I don't know, take that however you want. But really, it hasn't been a problem. And okay, this is a pretty big deal. The Type-C port. What makes this iPad Pro is the Type-C port. I can't tell you how amazing it has been. This is the most important part of the video. I cannot tell you how amazing it has been to connect this sound card and this microphone and this speaker and this keyboard and this mouse and Jesus Christ, that goddamn drum set to this iPad and this to this iPad. It has been amazing, and it can power them all. I've actually used the Apple Type-C to USB, the camera adapter, whatever you want to call it. I used that, and I actually used like a 4-way USB 3.0 hub to connect all this stuff to it, and it powered them all at the same time. It was amazing. Like, just to see how far I can push it, I connected this, the sound card, and this to the iPad. And of course, the speakers were also connected to the sound card. The microphone was also connected to the sound card. So, and it powered them all. It's amazing. And I actually contacted Apple support about it to see if it damages the product. I just said, the battery drains pretty fast. I mean, sure. And they said, no, it's fine. If they're working correctly and they're not disconnecting all the time, it's fine. So you can go crazy on this thing. This thing legitimately is a pro product. Like, maybe the only pro mobile Apple device that actually deserves the name. So yeah, that's been amazing. I did not expect this to be able to power everything. And you know, this would have been pretty damn difficult with, oh crap, I hit the camera. This would have been pretty damn difficult with the 2017 version of the iPad Pro. This one broke. Well, with the iPad OS 13 beta, I don't know how they did not think of that. But yeah, the beta version of the iPad OS 13 broke this iPad because it was Lightning, and Lightning, I suppose, is not as powerful as Type-C, and it cannot drive as much. It probably can't drive anything over anything bigger than a flash drive, right? So really glad this broke, that I had to get this one. So yeah, it really is a pro product. I've been using it with my music production like all the time. If you're an artist, if you're a university, if you're a student, if you're a music producer, I think you can genuinely find a lot of use cases. You can push it in your workflow somehow. All right. Now I also use Duet. I also use Duet on this iPad to mirror my my PC screen sometimes, like on my drum set, which I will pan again too. I don't know why I'm doing that so often, but I just love that setup because I've connected like a huge extension all the way to like that. What is that? What do you call that? The thing that you put the note on, the music sheet on. I don't know what you call that. So I've connected like a huge extension from my PC all the way over there to connect all sorts of different things. I've connected like a wired mouse there to control my PC from there. I even have a Bluetooth dongle to use this keyboard sometimes over there when I'm too lazy to get up and use the actual keyboard here. I don't know. I connect the iPad to that USB with a USB-C cable to that extension to get wired mirroring of the screens. So there's an infinite amount of things you can do with this tiny little port, and it is every bit as capable as a MacBook. All right, so I think you will be able to fit this in your workflow somehow, whether you're an artist, a musician, or a student, or really anyone who is used to a laptop, because I would genuinely recommend this over a laptop. Yeah, I said it. Especially with the Magic Keyboard. That thing is amazing, and it's absolutely worth the $300 or $350 price that it asks for, because it really does turn it into a MacBook or a laptop. Sorry, because I've been using this and this Surface mouse, Surface Arc Touch Bluetooth something, which is really cool and always satisfying, and like the scroll wheel is still pretty satisfying. Anyways, and this is alcohol on it. That kind of ruined the fabric. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I've been using this and that thing over there on the music stand thing, the thing that you put the notes on. Okay, back to me. I've been using that with these, and it really does feel like I'm just using Safari on a MacBook. You will rarely feel there's something you can't do unless there is a specific app that you have to use and that you're used to on your MacBook that you don't really have on the App Store. But, as Tim Cook would say, probably there's an app for that. Of course, he doesn't say the probably, but I'm going to say the probably because, if you're not used to anything specific on a MacBook, I'm just repeating myself again, but I'm going to do that now. If you're not used to anything specific on your PC or your MacBook, there's probably an app for that. So with that said, there's really no reason to overlook this because it's 2 years old. It's still amazing. If you find a good deal, go for it. Don't really worry about the 2020 iPad Pro. The 12X and the 12Z are really pretty much exactly the same. So if that's what's keeping you from buying this for a better deal than the 2020 iPad Pro, just forget about it. Forget about the 2020. Get this one for a better deal. You will not be disappointed. I cannot guarantee it because, who the fuck am I? So yeah, just go for it. And that has been my review that I've been wanting to do since a year ago on this thing, and I finally got down to make this video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.